Good evening, Facebook. This is Coach Derica. Listen, I wanted to come before you all on today. I know that it is 10:34 Eastern Standard Time, and I know we are all coming from different parts of the globe. So I'm not going to keep you too long. I know some of us are in the bed, getting ready to get in the bed. Some of us are at work, working those third shift jobs, getting that money. Whatever it may be, I'm not going to keep you long. However, I do want to address a topic. Um, I had a meeting tonight with a client. I had a couple of meetings on today. And there was a question that was asked. And this isn't the first time that this question was asked to me, but I felt the need to go ahead and address this question. So while we're sitting here just having some pajama talk, because I'm chilling in my baggy t-shirt that used to be nice and full on me, you guys, but now it's like super duper loose. Look at this, you guys. Look at that. That's crazy, right? I could put like two of me in this, but now this is just a comfortable night shirt. And I used to actually wear this as a t-shirt. Like when I went out to work, I used to wear this and I used to fit this. But this is super baggy on me now. That is crazy. Look at this. Wow. Anyways, um, so is it okay? Is it okay to have a cheat meal when you are on the resolution drops? Let's break that down. All right. So those of us who know the resolution drops, that is one thing that I definitely love. All the products that I use, I love. And so the resolution drops being one of those products, I love it. Absolutely love it. So what is the resolution drops for those of you who do not know? For those of you joining me, thank you for joining me. The resolution drops is basically you're going to be able to lose up to 30 pounds in 30 days. Roughly going to lose about 1 to 3 pounds a day. All right. If you follow the plan. Okay, there's a 1,200 calorie plan that you need to follow, and it also has an approved foods list. There are certain foods that you absolutely cannot, should not, dare not consume while you are on the resolution drops. If you consume those foods, then you are not going to get the results that you plan to get in the first place. So let's talk about this really quick. So with you having an approved foods list on the resolution drops, going into this knowing that you have an approved foods list, can you have a cheat? Yes, you can have a cheat meal, but here are the stipulations to that cheat meal. If you decide to have a cheat meal while you are on your 30-day run, then here are some things that you have to be careful, and there's some things that you have to be aware of if you decide that you are going to have a cheat meal. Number one, if you have a cheat meal that is loaded with sugar and fat, okay, you best believe that chances are you're not gonna lose any weight. If you are stalking the scale like I do in the first week, then chances are you're not going to see a smile on your face when you get on the scale the following morning after you decide to have that cheat meal. All right. If you have been on the drops for a little bit of time, okay, and you decide that you want to have you a cheat meal that's relatively low in sugar and things like that, okay, so you're probably not going to have much weight loss, or you may not have no weight loss. All right, so if you do something that is high in sugar and things like that, it is a small possibility that you may actually gain a little weight, okay? Am I talking about 4 to 5 pounds? No, I'm talking about maybe a half a pound to a pound. However, the purpose of being on the resolution drops is to help you to lose weight at a faster pace, a larger amount of weight, but still do it naturally and safely, and also not have to experience the yo-yo effect that you will experience with other diets, okay? That is the purpose of the resolution drops. So if you decide that, hey, you know what, I'm going out tonight, I'm going to lunch, out to dinner, whatever the case may be, and you be like, okay, well, I want to go ahead and I really want to indulge in a slice of pizza, or I want to indulge in a hamburger or a piece of cake or pie or something, or a bowl of ice cream. Okay, well, number one, all the items that I just named are high in carbs, okay, not good carbs, and also high in sugar. So if you have pizza, that's mainly bread right there, okay, plus all your toppings that you're going to have. So do not expect the scale to move. Now, it really is going to be up to you. Now, me as the coach, will I be like, oh man, you're not supposed to eat that? Well, of course I am going to say that because I am your coach. My job is to promote you to eat correctly when you're on the drops because A, I don't want you to waste your money. B, I definitely want to see you succeed. C, don't come to me and tell me the drops ain't working when you know you done had some pizza. When you know you sit down and ate a whole pan of pizza and you got on a scale and that scale went that way instead of that way. That's not my fault. Okay? So, can you have a cheat meal? You can do anything you want. You guys thought there was going to be something really big and scientific to this? No. You can do anything you want to do when you are on the resolution drops. But guess what? The resolution drops are going to do what they want to do when you do what you want to do. And if you do what you want to do on the resolution drops, then guess what the drops are going to do? The drops are not going to move that scale. The drops are not going to have you lose inches. All right? The drops are not going to give you that energy that you're craving for. So believe me when I say, when I went on the drops last year, the reason why this shirt is like, look at this thing, you guys. Look at it. Look at this. You see that? I used to fit this shirt, y'all. Look at this. The reason why I know so much about these here drops is because when I went on the drops on last year, I lost a lot of weight on them drops, okay? I'm on the drops again this year. So A, I can run with my clients. B, I can go ahead and finish my little journey because I'm almost there, you guys. I am. I'm really in the toning phase right now. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have a whole bunch of loose skin and things like that. So I'm in the toning phase, all right? And my guns is looking quite lovely. To answer question, Kales, yes, they are an appetite suppressant. You will find yourself, that's why they say up to 1,200 calories, but they also say as low as 760 calories. And the reason why it goes that low is because there are some times when you will not have much of an appetite at all, okay? There are some days, and I find that the days when I'm not really doing too much physically, I'm focusing, I'm on the clock, like, okay, it's time for me to eat breakfast, it's time for me to eat lunch. But what I do find is that it helps me to get on a schedule, so my body naturally responds to the time frames because now I'm used to eating around the clock at a certain time period. Yes, it will be an appetite suppressant. It is going to do that. It's also going to curb your cravings for sugar. It's going to curb your cravings for carbs. And that's what I love about it. But it's not just a temporary thing. The reason why I love the resolution drops versus anything else is that the resolution drops lessens your chance of regaining the weight back after you come off of them, okay? The resolution drops is not a lifestyle plan. This is something that you go on to get the weight off at a quicker pace versus our other products. And so that it will help you to be able to reset the way that your brain views food. It's going to help you. It's going to go in there and it's going to curb a lot of those fat reserves that are in there. And that's why when you administer the drops under your tongue, it goes straight into your glands, okay? So it's going straight into your system. It doesn't take long to do it. You hold it under your tongue for 30 seconds. Nothing to eat 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after. So yes, the fact that there is no side effects, the only side effects that you really experience is when you don't follow the plan. When you don't follow the plan and you get that little nudge, as I like to call it, then yeah, you're going to get a side effect. And that's why we call it the coach in the bottle. And the reason why we call it the coach in the bottle is because if you do eat foods that the drops consider, you know, not according to plan or bad for you or something that is hard to break down or digest, it's going to nudge you. You're going to get nudged. You're going to get that feeling in your stomach. It's going to give you a little bit of a lightheaded feeling as well. All right. And you're going to feel it and you're going to know. You're going to know. Don't confuse it with anything else. Pay attention because it's going to let you know. Is it a strong urge, a strong thing? No, it's not. You're not going to be walking and you're going to bend over and fall down. No, it's not like that. It's a gentle nudge, but it's enough to make you stop and think about what it is that you're doing. Because sometimes we can get on this road, we're busy, we're not thinking about it, we're just eating whatever, not paying attention what we're putting in our mouth. But the drops are going to let you know that, and that's why we call it a coach in the bottle. So as far as side effects, Kels, that is going to be the side effects that I've experienced and my other clients and also my business partners have experienced, is that nudge that you get when you do eat something that is not on the approved food list. So yes, the drops are not a long-term thing. The drops are it's basically a quicker way for you to get the weight off, and then you will switch over to something else of your choice after that. No. I'm not saying loose bowels. No. What I'm saying is a nausea feeling, okay? You're going to get nauseous. That's what I mean. Like, let's see, what can I explain it as? I don't really want to say like a crampy type of feeling. I want to say like, gosh, man, it's just nauseous. It's just, you just get nauseous. Okay, so anytime that I had done it, like last year, I'm better this year than I was last year when I was on the drops, okay? Because last year I was new to the drops, and so I was really trying to test it out. I was like, oh, okay, so you're telling me that this is a coach in the bottle. You're telling me that this liquid in this bottle is going to nudge me if I do something wrong. You're right. So I was just like, I'm going to go ahead and try it out. I'm going to eat something that isn't on the list, and I'm just going to see what happens. So I ate something. It was like a candy bar or something. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel nothing. I'm good. Kept on eating it. And I was like, whatever. And I kept eating it. And then I'm sitting there, and I was watching TV at the time. And I'm sitting there. And so I had gotten halfway through the candy bar. I think it was a Snickers. It was a Snickers. And I got halfway through the candy bar, and I was like, oh. I was like, ooh, what is that? And so it was like, it was just like a kick. Okay. And I was like, okay, that was weird. And so I kept eating the candy bar. Now, mind you, in the back of my head, I was thinking, could it be? And I was like, nah, ain't no way. Kept eating my candy bar, y'all, watching TV. And all of a sudden, I felt it again. Except this time, I started to feel lightheaded, okay? I started to feel lightheaded. I started to get a little sweaty. My upper lip started sweating. And I was like, oh, whoa, hold up. I think these are these drops. But that wasn't enough for me, y'all. That wasn't enough. I had to try it even more. So then I put the candy bar down because I was starting to feel a little weird. So I laid down for a minute, turned the fan on, cool off. Okay. I laid down for a while, flushed myself out with some water real good, and I felt okay after that. But I stopped eating the candy bar. Then the next day, I decided to try something else that wasn't obviously bad for me, but something that had a little bit of a higher sugar intake. And I believe it was like a one of those cereal bars, like those cereal bars that you can eat, but a lot of them have high sugar content in it. And so I was eating on one of those, and I started eating on it, and it wasn't that it was necessarily bad for me, but it had a lot of sugar in it. And so it wasn't on the approved foods list. I shouldn't have been eating it. And so I said, well, let me try something else besides obvious bad stuff. Let me try this because it has a lot of protein in it. So I was eating that, and I thought that I would be okay eating that. Same thing happened. That nudge. I was like, oh, that again? And so by this time, I'm like, okay, yeah. So these drops really are for real. So now I need to stop playing with them, and now I need to get serious. And so then when I got serious, then yes, okay, boom, weight coming off. But for those days that I decided that I wanted to have a cheat meal or a cheat snack, the scale didn't move. All right. I talked about just here a couple of days ago how I decided that I wanted to double up on my portion. I wanted more meatloaf because I love the turkey meatloaf and the cauliflower mashed potatoes. Okay, I wanted some more of that. And so I decided that I was going to go ahead and do that. But I kept in mind that because I knew I was having a higher portion than I should have been having, then on anything, I shouldn't have had that. You know what I mean? I was eating more than I should have on any situation. But I knew that the scale was not going to move. And when I got on the scale the following morning, I was 100% correct. It did not move. I think I maybe lost like 0.4 ounces, maybe. That's nothing to brag about. So back to the point at hand, can you have a cheat meal on the resolution drops? You can do whatever you want to do on the resolution drops. But if you do whatever you want to do on the resolution drops are going to do you. Can I say that? But yeah, so you have to be mindful of that. You can do that, but just don't get mad if you get on the scale the next day and you haven't lost any weight. There's no way around that with the resolution drops. You know, if you're on like, you know, our Get Fit Kit, that doesn't have a meal plan, but our resolution drops does. It's for a specific reason, because you are trying to lose a higher amount of weight at a faster pace than what is typically normal. Okay. And so in order to do that, yes, you definitely have to follow the plan. And if you do not follow the plan, then you are not going to get results. Okay. And that's just 100% of the facts. It's 100% of the facts. So as far as the resolution drops, the side effects, that's the only side effects that I've ever experienced or I've ever heard of, is if you don't follow the plan and you eat something that you're not supposed to eat, then yes, it will nudge you. It will give you that nauseous feeling in your stomach. And if you continue to do it, then it's going to give you a repulsive feeling where you would probably want to throw up. Now, did I throw up? No, I did not throw up because I didn't like that feeling, so I stopped eating that doggone candy bar. All right? So that was what it did for me. So it helps. Now, one thing, too, to consider, too, with the resolution drops, especially if you work like in a food industry or something like that, and you're trying to lose weight, and food is always readily accessible to you, you can take the drops, like 5 to 10 drops. And this is off of your 3 times a day. You can take like 5 to 10 drops before you go into work or before you are around all that food. And it will help to control those cravings. You see what I'm saying? Because what it's doing for you while you're on that 30-day run, it is helping to reprogram your brain. It's reprogramming your metabolism. It's reprogramming your glands, and it's going to reprogram those fat reserves that's in your body, because our body is going to naturally, it's going to store that fat. And as its body is storing fat, because now the metabolism versus, you actually burning that input-output is a little off. So it's going to go in there and it's going to reprogram it. So now, okay, now your brain is almost like brand new as far as that is concerned. And so now you are reteaching your brain what is good. And that is the reason why you are supposed to eat those certain foods while you're on that list, because those certain foods are good for you. These aren't foods that are bad for you. These are foods that are good for you. These are foods that are giving your body what it needs. It's cutting out all that extra saturated fat. It's cutting out the trans fat. It's cutting out all that white flour. It's cutting out a lot of those things that are really not good for us, okay? Because, I mean, let's be honest, when you get stuff and it's like, okay, well, what's in this and what's in that? Food is terrible. It's just terrible, so you can go completely organic, but even with that, you still got to be careful, because if you didn't grow it yourself, then, you know what I mean? The food is just terrible. So it's like when you're going away from just a healthier food and then you're going to dip and dive into other areas of food, then you're really taking a risk on what you're getting. And so that's why the resolution drops are so successful for the long term. It's because it's basically cleaning you out. And I would typically have my clients detox as well, because the detoxing, our detox is going to flush you out too. And that's going to eliminate a lot of those cravings for the sugars and stuff too, because that's a reason why we crave so many of that stuff. You guys can Google and see the percentage. I think the percentage changes like every year. How many of us who basically, especially in the US, who consume food, which is all of us,
How many of us probably have parasites in our intestines and we don't even know it? You know, if you have those strong cravings for sweets and carbs and things like that, you probably have parasites in you. And so that's the thing. The parasites hate the tea. They hate the herbs in the tea. They hate it. It's cathartic. They hate it. They run from it. All right. Now, I personally, I don't, maybe I should, I don't know. One of my business partners, she makes a habit out of looking at herself, what she's eliminated. I don't do that because I don't want to see it. So maybe I did have them. I don't know. But I'm going to keep on drinking that tea. So if I did have them or do have them, then chances are I'm not going to have them anymore because those parasites hate the tea. They run from it. All right. So I don't make a habit of looking because I don't want to see it. All right. Because I'll probably pass out on the floor, and it won't be because of the drops. It's going to be because I done seen something I don't want to see, and I'm a freak out. I'm already like a germaphobe. I'm a freak out because I'm going to be thinking constantly that was inside of me. All right. So that's why the tea works so well synergistically with all of our products, because it is a detox. And whether you are big, small, old, young, it doesn't matter. Everyone needs to detox. 3 meals go in, 3 should come out. Take your age and you think about how many years of your life that has not been happening. And I know I hear people say that they're regular and different things like that. That's all great, fine, and dandy. But RT is going to flush you out on a cellular level. What do I mean by that? I've talked about this before. It's going to flush you out in your blood. It's going to filter your blood. Number one, it's going to start releasing a lot of those fatty deposits that are surrounding your organs, all right? So it's going to filter out your organs as well. And then it's going to go in there and start breaking down that intestinal sludge. Years of intestinal sludge, okay? And it's going to start flushing you out. Now, is it a weight loss tea? No, it's not a weight loss tea. That just happens to be the benefits of losing years and years of intestinal sludge and fatty deposits that is built up around your organs and arteries and things that are building plaque and stuff up in your arteries. That's what happens when you start shedding that stuff off. Because when you have that stuff in there, your body swells. Where else is it going to go? Okay? If it's not passing because, you have your intestines and then you have all this stuff that is caked in there, then that means your passageway is smaller and smaller and smaller. So therefore, there's not much room for your stools to actually pass through. So then what's going to happen? As it tries to pass through, it's getting caught. It's getting stuck. It's not going anywhere. And that's what the tea does. It goes in and it gets it out of you. It gets it out of you. And you feel a lot better. And that's why you're feeling energetic. That's why you're feeling like a new person. You're able to focus because you're getting that junk up out of you. All right. So that's pretty much, what it is as far as the tea. Kels, you said, what about the tea? Well, did I answer your question about the tea? And let me see if there's any other questions. I have a bad habit of not looking at this until after I stop. Eating the wrong things will cause, okay, answer that question. I think I answered. Did I answer all your questions, Kels? Okay, good. So that's basically it about the tea. That's basically the gist of the resolution drops and why they are so successful and why they are considered a cheat meal. Am I saying that I never eat a cheat meal on the resolution drops? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if I do decide to eat something that's not on the approved food list, then I have to reap the consequences of that. And the consequences of that is that I'm not going to lose any weight. And so I will do that very, very rarely. You see what I'm saying? Like if I want to have some popcorn, for instance, if I have popcorn, okay, then I know that I'm probably not going to lose any weight. But if I have like an entire pizza, or something, I couldn't do that anymore anyways. Well, I never could, but I'm just saying. I was able to chomp down about 4 or 5 slices and not even blink about it. Hello, how are you? And I was able to do that, but I can't do that anymore, even off the drops. So, and mind you, I just got back on the drops August 1st, you guys. And I started out at 210, but I weighed myself later on that day and I got 208. And that's the reason why you see me start with the 208, because I didn't even think to really put that on there because I was not aware that my Fitbit Aria was not connected to my Wi-Fi because I got it changed on the day before that, which was that Tuesday. August 1st was on Wednesday. So I started at 210, all right? And now I'm down to 199,
All right. So what I do on my first week of the drops, I weigh myself every day. Every day I weigh myself. Every single day I weigh myself when I first start on the drops. And then when on the second week, I'm on my second week now, I start to weigh myself like every 2 days. All right. So that's why you haven't seen me post any weights, because I weigh myself every 2 days now. So now I got it. Now I see, because see, my body has changed from when I was on the drops last time. So now that I'm on the drops this time, then my body has definitely, the things that my body needs now is a little bit different from what it needed before. And so now that my body has changed, then there's certain things that I can do a little bit differently now that I wasn't able to do before, if that makes sense. Even down to the fact of, I don't really drink, but I can tell you a while ago, it was like last summer or something like that, I went out with some friends and I had a couple of drinks, and I only had like 2 drinks and I was actually drunk, and that was definitely not my intention. Okay. And I was drunk because I did not even consider the fact that I had lost so much weight, and now my tolerance level, whereas those 2 drinks wouldn't have done much for me, but maybe I might have felt a little warm and fuzzy, but I wouldn't have felt the way that I felt. I was actually drunk, you guys, and I don't get drunk, okay? And so for me to be drunk off of 2 drinks, it made me realize that, oh, okay, well, this is something that I can't mess with then, because I ain't got time to be out here being drunk and stuff. What do I look like being drunk? Come on now. And so that actually was embarrassing for me, because I mean, I'm talking about some lightweight stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the stuff that I was drinking and stuff when I was out there partying, like partying. I'm sitting here at a social gathering, chilling with my friends, and I had 2 drinks, okay? And I was drunk. So that's something you have to consider when you lose weight too. A lot of things change, and I didn't even think about that, but it was too late. Hey, Karen, how are you? So yeah, that's something you have to consider. Things do change when you lose weight, you guys. And I mean, I can't stress enough. I'm sitting here and I'm laughing because I didn't even think about it until I seen myself on camera about this big old shirt. You know what I mean? I love my city. And when I got this shirt, my belly was filling out this shirt, y'all. I kid you not, my belly was filling out this shirt. And now I'm sitting here, I can fold it all these different times, but does it feel good? Yeah, it feels good because I put in the work to do it. So that's my point of saying, is that I just got on the drops on August 1st, okay? I started at 210 and now down to 199. You see what I'm saying? There's no side effects for me. I feel great. I feel good. You see? I feel good. I take my tea. If I feel like I want to have a turbo detox, then I'll take my instant tea with my Bai water. I take my drops every day. I take my vitamins every day, my NutriBurst vitamins. I'm good. I feel great. So if that answers your question, Kels, I hope it does. That the side effects is losing weight. That's what I usually say. That's the side effects of being on the resolution drops, is losing weight and being able to keep it off. And that's what I love about it, because I am 41. I'll be 41 on the 27th, you guys. And I can't tell you how many yo-yo diets I've been on. All right. Ridiculous. You get tired of it, because every time that you go on a diet and then you come off the diet, or you quit the diet, or whatever the case may be, and then you turn around, you start eating the same stuff again, or whatever, you try to have a lifestyle change, but you haven't fixed what was wrong in the first place, the weight's coming back. That's a guarantee. It's going to come back. It's going to come back because you haven't changed the way that your brain feels about the food that you have become accustomed to eating. So until you change the way your brain feels about the food that you have been accustomed to eating, and until you retrain your brain to look at food differently, you're not going to be successful in a lot of ways unless you basically are staying on that diet. You're going to live on that diet. All right. Well, I don't want to be on a restricted diet for the rest of my life. I just want to be to the point where I can control the food instead of the food controlling me. And that's the point where I am at now. And that's why I've been able to keep the weight off for almost a year now, you guys. It's because the food no longer controls me. I can go to a setting, I can go to an outing and be amongst all this different food and whatever, and pick and choose what I want to eat instead of the food telling me, eat me. So that's the way it was for me, you guys. Being an emotional eater and then having a life that was a wreck at a point in time,
The food, I felt like the food was telling me to eat. Come on, come eat me. Come on, Cletus, come on. And that's the way I felt. But now I'm just like, no, no, no. You don't look too bad. I might have a little bit of you. But even if I decide to have something that isn't that good, like for instance, when I was in Raleigh last month, I wasn't on the drops, but they had some goodies, some sweets and stuff like that. And I had a little bit of like a lemon meringue thing, but I found that I was satisfied after like 4 bites. I didn't even eat it all. I was good. You see what I'm saying? I was satisfied. And I wasn't on any drops. I didn't need to take any drops before I went to the gathering. I was good. I was straight. And so that's what I love about the drops, is the fact that once you get the weight off, you're going to start noticing that, wow, I'm able to control what I eat off of the drops. And if you feel like, once again, I'll say again, if you feel like you're going to a gathering and you feel like, you know, like your hormones or stuff, especially for us females, you know, hormones around that time, it starts going crazy and we start craving all kinds of bad foods and stuff like that. Then, you know, around that time when you feel like, okay, I got too much working against me, take some drops. It's simple. Does that mean that you have failed? No, that just means that you're smart. This means that you're setting yourself up for success. That's all that means. So that's it, you guys. That's all I really have. Once again, I always say I'm going to try to stay under 30 minutes, and it never seems to happen. And that's because I can just get to talking about these drops and the products and what they do for me, what I've seen them do for my business partners, what I've seen them do for my clients. I can just talk about it, you know, and I honestly can say I haven't been on any other product that has done this at this mass level, with so many different people, with so many different situations, so many different diseases, so many different, I mean, it's amazing to me. I can't say it enough. And that's why I love Total Life Changes, because as a whole, for everyone, you know what I mean? Of course, you know, there's probably a small percentage of people that say that they, you know, oh, but you know what, that's them. I'm sorry it didn't work for you. But for all of us, and it's working for all of us, that's a good thing. You don't get that. You don't get that very often. What you get is people going on these fad diets. And then when they come off, what is their complaint? I gained the weight back. What is their complaint? I can't control what I eat. It's worse than before. What is their complaint? I got to go back on this diet because I didn't gain the weight back. Well, guess what? What is the definition of insanity? That's what I had to ask myself. What is the definition of insanity? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. That is the definition of insanity. So when you get tired of being insane in the brain, then come holler at your girl, y'all, because I got what you need. I wish I could think of that line, y'all. I wish I could think of that line right now, but I can't, because, you know, I like, you know what, you guys, look, you got to know something about me, because y'all going to keep seeing my face, because this is what I do. It's my pleasure, okay? But I make myself laugh, okay? I don't need nobody else to make me feel like I'm funny, because I'm funny all by myself. But, you know, I just can't say enough about Total Life Changes. I would not be putting my name out there. I would not be on these live videos talking about Total Life Changes and the products if I didn't believe in it. You can take that to the bank. I wouldn't do that. I disappeared for a little while last year, but guess what? I was still on them products. You best believe that. I was still on them products. Sure enough, sure was. Wasn't letting that go. Nope. Because I have never in my life been on something that has allowed me to be able to change the way that I look at food. Because I am an emotional eater. And when you are an emotional eater, it is difficult for you to get a handle on food, because food is your life. Food controls you. When you are happy, you eat. When you are sad, you eat. When you are depressed, you eat. When you are excited, you eat. When you are nervous and anxious, you eat. That's what you do. And then on top of that, I have another issue. Don't tell nobody. Look, look, my room is y'all in my room right now. My room is my sanctuary. That is where everything is. My office, my room, my bathroom, and the only thing that ain't in here is my kitchen. And I can bring the kitchen to my room. That is my room. You see what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, I'm really a loner, you guys. My circle is small. I deal with my clients, and that's why I get so involved, because that's just what I do. But my circle is small. I don't really go out the house and do a lot of things. And so the definition for that is called an introvert. I am an introvert. I am a recovering introvert because I'm on this live. But if you would have caught me before Total Life Changes, you wouldn't have seen me on no live. Go back and look. You wouldn't have seen me on no live. No way, shape, or form, because that wasn't something that I did. But I'm coming out of my shell, all right? Because I'm representing something that I know now is going to help people. And when you find something that is helping so many people, you can't help but to share that information. I have a passion for this because I want people to really be able to take hold of it, because I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that suffers this way. I know I'm not the only one that's an emotional eater. I know I'm not the only one who has suffered from failed diets over and over again. I know I'm not the only one who dealt with low self-esteem. I know I'm not the only one who didn't have confidence. I know I'm not the only one who would lose weight and didn't even believe that I was that person I was looking at. I know I'm not the only one who suffered from back pain and intense migraines. I know I'm not the only one with pain running down their sciatic nerve. I know I'm not the only one who was stuck in the bed for months when their husband walked out the door because he didn't want the responsibility. I know I'm not the only one. You see what I'm saying? And so it would be selfish of me to not share this with you guys. So best believe I'm not just on here running my mouth just for the heck of it, because I could be doing many other things and be perfectly okay with that. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing this because I have a passion about these products, because these products have been a total life change for me. I haven't experienced this with any other weight loss products ever in my entire almost 41 years. Okay? When I got to the point where I actually had to start worrying about dieting and things like that. Never have I experienced that. Never. So can't nobody tell me that these products don't work. Can't nobody tell me that these products are a scam or whatever the case may be. You can say what you want, but is it going to change my passion for it? No. Is it going to change the way that I push, the way that I drive, the way that I try to get the message out to people? Nope. Sure isn't. It just means that you're not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for the people that are looking for me. People who have problems and I have the solution to the problem. Those are the people that I'm looking for. Those are the people that I want to coach. Those are the people that I want to team up with. Those are the people that I want to be my business partners. Those are the people that I'm looking for. The people that are looking for me. That right there, that's a congruent pattern. That works. You see what I'm saying? That fits. When you find people that have a solution to your problem, or when you find people that have the same mindset and the same goal as you, and that's to get out there and get it, there's no better matchup. There's no better matchup. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I mean? I'm single. I'm divorced. I'm doing my thing. TLC is my life. My children is my life. That's what I do. That's what I do. So when I find someone that's ready to run and gun with me, then you guys will know it, because he's gonna be doing the same thing. He's gonna be doing the same thing. That's the way it is. All right. So anyways, that 30 minutes is done almost turned into 40 minutes messing with y'all. I'm about to get up off of here because it's almost midnight. It's almost midnight, y'all. And y'all know I'm a night owl. And I got all kinds of things beeping all up in thing. I got inboxes and stuff, folks trying to get some product. So I'm going to get off of here. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks, everyone. Thank you to everyone who joined. Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody's comments. I don't want y'all to feel like I didn't. Make sure I got all the comments. Okay, I think I got everyone. If I missed, then ask me again, you guys. All right, I think I got everyone's comments, everyone's questions. I think I got them answered. If I didn't, it wasn't on purpose. All right. So I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful remainder of the evening. Those of you who are working, work safe, work smart. Those of you who are about to get into bed, if you got your products, take your products. If you don't, you need to get on them. If you already got them on the way, some of you I know products are on the way, then hey, just keep dreaming about it because it's coming. It's coming. All right, y'all. Good night.